Welcome to the Dixie Doggers podcast. We're here to share knowledge and heritage. We hope y'all enjoy. For the best cut gear in the business, get with Dave Williams at Southern Cross Cut Gear. Make sure to use code Dixie Doggers for savings on all your Southern Cross cut gear. www.hogdoggear.com. 777 Kennels, Advanced K9 Nutrition. Vertex K9 Essentials, Advanced K9 Nutrition, beneficial to all breeds. You can contact them at 979-206-3050. Yeah,
That's Saturday, August 1st.
All right.
I think that's it. Yeah, Saturday, August 1st is the shootout. We call it the shootout, the World Cup. It's I think the official name is the World Cup, but it's the shootout.
Yeah.
New format this time, and I like it. It's a coon hunt. It pays out like a coon hunt, and you're going to be broken up kind of like a coon hunt.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to draw out, and you'll have like four dog casts, but 14 casts.
Yeah.
So I may have, like, if I got, for example, I have 4 early round entries and 2 late round entries. That means you'll have a total of 16 casts, and I think it's 4 casts will be in the late round, and you'll have 4 late round casts, and you'll have 12 early round casts.
Gotcha.
So you'll draw out your cast numbers, and you'll figure out what pair of dogs you want to put in whatever cast you draw. So if you only got 1 entry, you're gonna draw 1 cast. You know what team you're gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
If you got multiple entries, you'll have to kind of strategize to keep your dogs from running in back-to-back casts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
keep them fresh.
That makes a big difference.
Yeah, it can. It sure can.
Well, this time of year with the heat and all that, just depending on how many runs there is, because like you get into some of these that we've had in the past, I've seen some guys, they sign their dogs up. Say one guy signs his dog up as many times as you signed Goose up when Goose was 3 years old. Not every dog can make those perfect scores back to back to back to back. Usually, we try to pair up about 3 times. That way, the dog, if he makes it on to the bay off, which we always plan on going to the bay off, and then if he makes it to the next round, those minutes add up.
That's right, they will, and they stack up. Even if you make it through that show, it's going to shorten your career.
Yes,
I promise you. Yeah,
that's right.
Bay and rough and rank hogs will shorten your career too, but the minutes will stack up on you, especially in the heat of August.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's not nighttime or not; it's still gonna be hot, and so you better have them in shape. It seems like when every time I flip to a hog hunting post, or anybody that hog hunts, it seems like hog hunters now have to go in the most unfavorable conditions to make sure that they got good dogs.
Yeah.
It's like they purposely go out in 100-degree weather and drop in no sign just to see how good their dogs are now.
It seems like that's a lot. I mean, I have to do it because I have shitty dogs and shitty property.
I see these posts nowadays. I'm like, like you won't know what you're feeding until you run 6 hours in 98-degree weather. I'm like, I don't ever want to know what the hell I'm feeding if that's the conditions we gonna talk about.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I went last weekend, and dude, that Walker dog, he just kept rolling. I was like, please come home. And at 3:00, I left him. I went to the house. I said, hey, you're just gonna have to figure it out, bro. This is 99 degrees.
Bubba, I promise you, my dogs will go a whole lot further than I will.
Yeah, that's what I said. About 10:30 that night. 10:30 that night, old boy called and said, man, the hog crossed the road. His dog was running. I honked my horn. He stopped. I said, well, I'm glad you got him to stop. Well, his collar died that morning. So,
Yeah.
so I was like, man, we tried to stay up with him, but it's like some of these dogs will go, they'll run.
Yeah.
But I'm not purposely doing that shit.
That ain't no doubt.
No.
I've had guys, like I had a one of my hunting dogs, because I don't hog hunt near as much as I used to. But so I went ahead and I pretty much, I only got one hunt. I only have one dog I hunt on my yard right now.
Yeah.
If I want to go, I'm bringing one dog, and I'm bringing my catch dogs, and I'll go hog hunting with that. But we ain't hog hunted in about a year and a half. And I had a guy, when I was selling one of my I mean, really, it was she's my lead dog, to be honest with you. She was the best. She was the spark plug that would get everything started.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a guy was asking me about her. He's like, well, man, what's she doing? No sign. I said, fuck, I don't know. I ain't never went and just dropped for no reason and no sign. Hey, I'm actually looking for hogs myself. It's a team effort, if you ask me.
Yes.
So I'm not doing that. Like if people want to know what their dogs are doing and what this and that and the other. I'm like, that ain't me, Bubba. I'm here to go and catch, and I want to do it as fast as I can so I can be home.
Yeah, that's the general objective. Which, I say catch. We want to try to bay ours. We don't want to get them all beat up, because we don't really have a lot of access where we live at. But at the same time, if that dog needs to go, I want him to be able to, and you got to keep them in shape. I don't understand that, why a lot of people, they don't exercise their dogs at all. And I mean, let me take it back. They're cast dogs. They'll road hunt them, or they cast them. Those dogs are getting a lot of exercise. What about your catch dog? Most catch dogs just sit on the buggy.
All mine do too.
Well, you listen. Mine running that treadmill. That joker. I'm not worried about him. When we cut him loose, if he's got to hang on for a while, he's ready. He's in shape.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that people overlook. And I'm not saying everybody has to do it, because they don't. It's their dogs. They like them. The hell, I love them. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat. I'm not going to knock your dog. That's your dog.
No, that's right. And I've always had a thing about people.
Uh-oh. I lost him. You still there? Well, I don't know. Might have dropped the call. Yeah, dropped the call. I'll call him right back. We'll get it going, y'all. Just hold tight. He's having some storms out that way. And we are too. You there?
Please leave your message for 40.
It might have been storming too much. We'll give it a second and see if he'll call us back right quick. In the meantime, though, for real, y'all, for y'all listeners out there, there's a large percentage, I feel, that, catch dogs they're not conditioned for hot summer months. You condition a lot of your other dogs, but what do you do for your catch dogs? Do you run it on the road, or let it run beside your four-wheeler, and not while you're hunting, but when you're not hunting, to get it ready for your hunts? That's just something I'm kind of curious as to if other people do that. Y'all let me know if y'all do. That might be a whole nother episode we can talk about. Let's see if we can get him back on the horn right quick. I don't know.
Please leave your message for 40955.
Hey, it might have done blowed him. Might have done blowed him all the way. I don't know. I hope not. He said they was having some strong winds and all that good jive.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Quick thanks to the supporters of the Dixie Doggers podcast. Light Hounds, Southern Cross Cut Gear,
the best dog products,
Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company.
777 Kennels, Advanced Canine Nutrition.
And the old Boars and Broads. Might take him a minute to get back and get over here and push the pause button. All right.
Man, I lied to you. I didn't mean to, but I wasn't ready.
No. What happened? The phone died?
I mean, battery dead.
Yeah. Well, I tried to call you back. Yeah, I tried to call you back. I said, hell, they might have got blowed out with that damn. I said, you talking about that storm and stuff? And I was like, well, shit. And I thought for a second, I said, I pushed the pause button. I said, he'll call me back in a minute. He got to get a phone charger.
Yep, I had to get a phone charger. It fucking died on me.
I did that shit last night. I went live on TikTok, and I was like, yeah, come on. We just got going, man. And, man, we had a bunch of people piling in. I was like, hey, guys, I got to go. I didn't want to tell everybody, like, my phone's on 2%.
Yeah.
I thought I was ready.
Doubt. Ain't no doubt.
But
Are we still recording? Or
yeah,
no,
yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, good. I didn't know if all that had cut out, but
no, I just put. I paused it. Nathan, he'll splice it if it needs to. If not, we'll just let it roll. It wasn't that long.
Yeah, all right, good deal.
You know,
we figure that out. I'll let the experts figure that out.
Yeah, Nate's the expert on. We let him do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But no, man, Go ahead.
I'm working on my own podcast now. I'm trying to get where I can get going and get set up. I'm building a room for it. And I want to do like video type deals where I got people and guests that'll come out and we can sit down and
that's right.
Kind of like if you ever watch the Shannon Sharp one,
yes,
they sit down and they have a glass of whiskey or whatever they're doing right there.
We got all our cameras and we got all our camera stuff set up. Again, you know, we started out just doing it still kind of crude back then, but we got some new camera setups and all that stuff, and that's what we were going to go back to doing some video stuff. And man, we have just been so big. We ain't really had time to get everything completely set up like it needs to be. And
I imagine it's really hard to get guests to travel.
Well, and we're doing over the phone interviews. You know, I mean, like if it's just me and Nate sitting on the camera talking, fuck, after one or two, you know, it's like, okay, it's the same bullshit over and over.
Yeah.
Like if you get some guests to come in, or if we travel, like, there's a couple, like we were going to go to Tom Garner's place and sit down and talk with him. Sam Kate, some of the old school Bulldog guys, especially some of the older men, they don't like talking on the damn phone. They want you to come set up at their place. And man, it's pretty cool to do that, you know?
Yeah.
But I've also gotten a bind. Like we got invited to a place and we got there and the guy that was showing us everything, he just left and we didn't see him anymore. We didn't know fucking nobody. Like, I was like,
he saw the video cameras. He's like, man, I can't be on camera.
Yeah. I'm talking about that motherfucker ran. Anyway, so I was like, well, we're supposed to stay with him. He had us a place lined up and all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, I could have just it was 2 hours to the closest room. I was like, God, no. So we slept,
no doubt.
We slept in old boy shed out there. He was like, man, y'all can stay out there in my hunting camp. You know, it was like, hell yeah. And we got it, man. We had a good time though. We made the best out of it, but
that's usually how it always turns out.
Oh man, met the best folks. I'm talking about had a great time and literally made some lifelong friends. And we're going to go back here in a couple months when bear season gets going. We're going to go down and run some bear dogs with them. But anyway, all the traveling stuff, sometimes you got to watch it. You know, you got to make sure your shit's together.
That ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt.
No, I think it'd be a good thing to get your room built and do it like that. We need some new stuff.
Yeah. I want to have like everybody, like I've kind of, you know, since I've been doing the coon hunts and I've diversified that and I rubbed elbows with some of them guys. And
that's right.
Met a few of those. Matter of fact, good friend of mine, that Cody Pritchard. I don't know if y'all kept up to date in the coon dog world, but Cody Pritchard just won the $200,000 hunt.
Mm-hmm.
The Jarvis Humphrey, or I don't want to butcher the name.
Yeah.
But that $200,000, the largest coon hunt in the world, that to date, the biggest coon hunt. Cody Pritchard, my buddy, he won that with a dog that he hadn't had him long. And what's crazy about it is, Elvis, my coon dog, he passed away, the one that I had Blake hunting.
Yeah.
When we were in Winfield, he had a stroke in a tree.
That's
coon
wild.
in it, and a dog, a 2-year-old dog, he obviously had some health problem that we just didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
He stroked out at a tree or had a seizure or something. But anyways, well, all that happened, and Cody was on one of the casts walking. He didn't have a dog in it. He walked the cast with us, with me and Blake, and I forgot who he was with. The older gentleman had a dog named B. It's crazy. You always remember the dog's names. You don't ever remember the people's names.
That's right.
But in hindsight, that's how I'd rather it be anyways. I'd rather a lot of people remember my dog's name than mine. That means they made the impression. But Cody was on that hunt and was on a hunt with us. And, I got to meet him and talk to him. He actually bought a kennel from TJ over at Animal Housing Solutions, Spud and TJ, and then when they were doing that thing, we had a kennel delivered out to Jenna, Louisiana. Well, Cody, when Elvis had passed away and I saw that $200,000 hunt, I said, man, I wish I had a dog for this, because I wanted to compete in it, obviously. Well, Cody called me and gave me an opportunity. And I just, man, I honestly, I was going to get with Blake about it just to make sure he didn't have something he wanted to try to put in there. And I never got back with Cody. It wasn't, but he gave me an opportunity to split that injury. And of course I didn't do it. And he wins the hunt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I talked to him afterwards, and he was like, man, I tried to give you a shot again. I said, if my luck, your dog would have been plus 625 like he was, and you'd have gotten a fight at the tree and got scratched. Yeah. I was like, the way it worked out was for the best, because if I'd had anything to do with it, something bad would have happened.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked out like that. Yeah.
No doubt. He went out, man. That dog was plus 625 on a cast. Next cast, he was plus 600. I think the worst cast that dog had was the very last cast in the finals, and he was still plus.
That's good.
Three coons. I think it was like three. He might have been plus 400 or 375. That was his worst score. Yeah. I'm telling you, when I looked at all the other scores across the board, most of these dogs were winning cast plus 150 and plus 325.
Damn.
That dog, they didn't hunt it off. When they got to the final three, they all split 100,000 each. But it was like this: you can either split 100,000 each for the three of you, or y'all hunt it off. One of you's gonna win 200, one's gonna win 70, one's gonna win 30.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
He told me, he said, man, it was hard to you want to hunt it off for the sake of hunting in a $200,000 hunt. He said, but he told me, he said when he got up the next morning, his dog was snake bit.
Oh,
he said if he'd have hunted again, and that dog could have,
could have been anything happen, man. You could have got him hot and caused him to die.
He's like, man, he said, I was so glad that we all decided to split, because I look at my dog the next morning, because they would have had to hunt Saturday night. They finished all of that on Friday. They hunted Thursday night, and then Friday night they was going to have to come back out. They hunted late Friday night, and then they was going to have to come out, early around Saturday and hunt it off if they were going to do it. But they ended up all taking a split. It was Cody Pritchard, Bill Murphy, and Dustin Weed splitting $100,000. Crazy.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Pretty wild, man.
But that's the thing, though. Coon dogs, they had 108 entries at $5,000 a piece.
Oh, yeah. And they have to limit those entries.
Yeah.
Because
Here
I mean,
we
people
are.
will buy the shit out of, like, they'll all be gone.
Oh yeah. They filled 108, and I think it took 2 days. We've been trying to do $1,000 entry on a dang on a hog dog deal, and we limited it now to 64. It's limited to 64, but it's been these spots have been open for almost a month now, and I think there's like 14 spots available.
Yeah.
To get in, 14 spots, which is 3.5 casts, and that's the difference between the coon dog culture and the hog dog culture.
Yes.
And it's
also
not.
It goes to the same thing, Randy, where you'll have probably 75% of the hog dog guys will say, I'm not paying $1,000 for a catch dog, or I'm not paying $4,000 for a good trail dog. They're not going to do it. I mean, there's a small percentage that will, but most of them, they want something they pick up off the side of the road and it does okay, and they're fine with it. And if they like it, I love it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But at the same time, they wonder why there's not a lot of growth. That's one reason there.
Yeah.
Talking about the coon hunt, and I got to give a shout out to my buddy Jacob Kilgore. He carried a little old Walker dog up there the other night and plussed up 825 at Detroit night before last, I think it was.
Oh,
he put it on him.
How long was the hunt?
I have no idea. He sent me the thing or tagged me in.
Probably
post.
I would assume a 2 hours.
Yeah, I think so. A couple hours.
Usually they usually do it. I mean, like I think 2 hours usually the max of what they do. I may be wrong. I haven't been doing it long enough to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 2. That's generally what all these are.
All the big hunts are usually 2 hour hunts. All them big ones are 2 hour hunts.
Yeah,
plus 8. I mean, that's running it up.
Yeah, they've got some good dogs.
5 coons and struck good.
Yeah,
five or 6.
He hog hunts too. He used to hog hunt a lot. He kind of got out of coon hunting. Yeah. He's a handler now. He's a handler.
Yeah, that's what it. I mean, it takes a good handler too, along with a good dog.
That's right.
Along with a good dog, you got to have a handler.
That's a fact. Yep. But no,
and that's what I love about. That's what inspired me to do the coon hunts, man. Because there's 108 people out there that ain't scared to throw $5,000 at something. I mean, for all things, like it's not really about the money, but it does make it exciting.
Yeah,
it makes it exciting. I mean, you don't hear people talking about the $35 coon hunt. Nobody cares. Nobody talks about it.
No,
but everybody's going to talk about the $1,000, the $5,000 coon hunt that's paying out $200,000. Or the $5,000 entry that pays out, pays out $100,000. I mean, they had 100,000, but it was 64 dogs.
Or a new Toyota truck or side by side.
Yeah,
and,
no, absolutely,
all this
absolutely.
Shit,
Speaking of that, Jake got with Adam Campbell that owns Pro Sport, the coon hunt.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of Pro Sport, but it's one of the bigger. It's like there's PKC and Pro Sport. I think they actually do some work together.
Yeah, they do.
They co do some hunts, but anyways,
Greg
Adam, Adam and Greg I think are partners on that deal. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, but anyways, it looks like for the week of Earls and this next Earls, they're gonna have we're gonna have a coon hunt there, and like a big one, like a truck hunt. Like they're gonna do a big thing, and that's where the meeting's gonna be, is at Uncle Earl's, where they're all them coon hunters are gonna come there, and they're gonna draw out for their cast and this and that and the other, and they'll come back and report right back in there. So we'll get to kind of see all that, how that's going, and hopefully, like the Cane Stream media guys will be there and get to be a part of that. That's gonna be a pretty big deal. That's gonna be a real big deal next year. And but yeah, speaking of, man, I know we was wanting to keep this one short. Kind of.
No, we're good. Keep rolling.
Hit on this event that's coming up August 1st in Downsville. It's the shootout. 4 dog. You draw out just like a coon hunt. And the cool thing about this, and this is gonna, if we can make this format work for this event, we might be able to do this for all events coming up. I don't know. It's gonna, obviously you got to try it to see how it works. In our world, it's obviously a little different, but it's still the same.
Well, what I like about it is it's just like the coon dog world. When you run that cast, and here's why I'm kind of excited about it. I've kind of held off on everything, and I know time's ticking, but I've just got to make sure I can. At least my dog can be there. I've got a dog. Doubt. I've got a dog that I'm not saying he's guaranteed to go to the bay off, but he's been way more times than not. So if I get that first cast, I win my money back plus $250.
Exactly.
So I'm already to the good. I done got my gas money and all that back. Now,
you ain't out no money.
No, that's what I'm saying. So if you got a dog that is good if he's good in the first bay, you need to sign that son of a bitch up.
Yeah, you win a cast, you're not out nothing.
Yeah, exactly. You get paid back right then.
Right then. So we're gonna have it that we got it the thing limited to 64 entries, 48 early, 16 late. And when you do it like that, so in other words, people are like, well, man, like everybody's signing up their dogs. Here's what, like, people's already signing up several pairs for $200 a piece. At our 100. What's Uncle Earl's entry fees? Hell, I don't know. 160, 180.
Yeah, I was fixing for the 2 dog. It's gonna run you 160.
Yeah, it's either 160, 180. I think, like with all the options and stuff.
So a couple $100 at the most.
Yeah, and people are putting in 4 or 5 of them and 4 or 5 of them entries like that, and they
go to the bay off,
and they gotta beat 300 teams.
Yes,
to get to the top 3 before they see $1.
Yep.
Now they got to go out and beat 3 teams.
And like I said, if you got a dog,
you got to beat 3.
I literally could have been to the good. If the format was like this, I think every single bay I've ever been to, except
you wouldn't have lost a penny.
I wouldn't have lost nothing.
At worst, you'd be broke even right now.
Exactly.
But I bet you'd be money ahead though. I mean, obviously it don't always cover gas, hotels, but it's a hobby. I don't care what anybody. If you're doing this to try to make a living, there's no way of making a living under the format we're doing it right now.
No.
If we can continue to do these competitions, if we could do all these competitions like this, you might be able to start making a living doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You really could, because if they're gonna pay me for every round I win,
yeah.
I mean, that's it. I went to Uncle Earl's in last year, and every single team I put in came back.
Yeah.
I went like 8 for 8.
Yeah. So you can't beat that,
No, I mean, like that's, and if I'm getting all my entry back plus a couple $100
every time,
I'm not out. I'm not out $1. And then if I make it to the end and win it, I'm gonna really be up, and you're really gonna be ahead.
Yeah.
But under this format, it's gonna open so many doors for other owners to start coming in and buying dogs. I mean, you may find yourself, Joey, one day handling somebody's dog that this guy's got deep pockets.
Mm-hmm.
He may be handing you a credit card, and you run up around the road on his gas. But that's how they done it in coon hunting, and that's the only way we can get this done in our world, because it's worked for them. If it's worked for coon hunters, why can't it work for us?
It's been working for a long time.
It's been working, yes, a lot longer than that. Than what we've only been really going since about the 90s, if you really want, and it hasn't really gotten big until 2013. Coon hunting's been big since the 40s.
I was fixing to say, I know my great uncles. I mean, by the time when I was a little bitty kid in late 70s, early 80s, I can remember he had a trophy room and some big dog shit, and they were running coon hunts all the time out there in Arkansas and Mississippi.
Yeah, and obviously over the past probably 5 to 10 years, it's really hit a boom, But the reason is because of the format that they're under, and the format we're under, you got to beat 300 teams to get paid. You just ain't gonna find very many folks. Now, if we can start doing, big hunts like big events like Uncle Earl's, where we're doing 150 entries, 150. You break it up. I mean, we might figure out that we need to break it up into 8 dog casts or 10 or 12 dog casts. Segments. Maybe once every hog swap. You follow what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
However the case may be. I don't know how.
Well, and it's gonna be better on the hogs. I feel like because people are gonna sign up their better dogs. They're not just gonna sign up whatever.
That's right. And if you got, what people don't realize is paying $1,000 entry. This was going to be the cheapest event they go to all year.
Mm-hmm.
They got one event to take care of, and they got, they probably only have 1 or 2 teams to worry with, and most of them, they may have one team to themselves, and then they'll have one team split. So worst case, they're going to be, $1,500 in for an entry and a half, and then all they got to do is win one cast, and then their money's back. And you get in the top 16, there's going to be at least 16 different people happy. When I went to those big hunts, I went to the $100,000 hunt. I went to another one that was a pretty big hunt. I forgot what it was. We went up to Monticello, Arkansas, but we won our cast. I won both of them. I won my early cast, and I won profit about $1,000 on each of those deals. It was a $5,000 entry. We won $6,500. We got paid $6,500 when we won our cast. I got beat. Which I'm never upset, but everybody that made the top 16, I promise you, they were all shaking hands with the guy that beat them to go on to the finals. You know what I mean?
Sure,
everybody's shaking hands. Everybody's, you're going to get beat, and, it's just how it's going to be. So some days it's not going to be your night, and getting into the top 16 it's just like making a payoff. A lot of people are happy that they made the payoff. Mm-hmm. Now you make the payoff, you made some money.
Yeah. That's
right. You ain't just getting, it ain't just nothing to show for it. You got the payoff, you going to make a little bit, A lot of people, their dog will go out and perform well. Hell, he might make the payoff 3 times, but he don't win at the end of the night. He don't make it to the top 5, but I mean, he made it 3 times when the winner might have only made it once. But he won with that team that he was in,
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, who do you think really performed better?
Right.
He didn't win, but he might have outperformed you. This is a format that is going to reward
performance.
Those high performing dogs, no matter what.
And we've all seen it. Look, you've seen it. I've seen it. Jake's seen it. Everybody that's been doing this and actually pays attention. We have all seen that dog that worked his ass off all weekend long or all week long and did not place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've watched dogs and I'm like, damn. I remember when Fanboy was doing it, he just working. He was always right there, but he couldn't get over that hump.
Yeah, and it wouldn't always be his fault.
No, that's right. It ain't always their fault. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And that don't mean that dog didn't have a great performance. He just didn't. He has nothing to show for it at the end.
I've learned that the hard way. The way you pair your dogs is very imperative. Just because somebody says, "Hey man, you want to run with my dog," that doesn't mean. And you can say no. When I first started going, I was like, well, I guess. And then I kept noticing it was like, well, they didn't have nothing on my dog, and then the other dog would make a couple of mistakes or something. And it's not one of those blame game by no means. It's like, hey, these dogs don't pair well together, so let's find something that they do.
Yeah, that's right.
It's pretty simple.
I've had people approach me for runs, and I couldn't do it. I really, I was booked up or whatever, but I'm like, man, this guy's asking me to run with him. I need to at the minimum at least pay attention to this dog. He might be seeing something I ain't seeing. I might not have got to watch this dog, before. Let me look at it. I go up and look at him, and I'm there thinking, I think old boy's right. You know, I probably need to find a way to squeeze him in here and give him a run. It's probably a workout, you know, after watching. I've been wrong before too, just like the same way. But like going back to what you were saying, like I watched, I mean, one example was Lulu's dogs.
Yeah.
Center and Bat. They had a phenomenal weekend at this last May show. Like I'm telling you, they looked as good as anything. You know, yeah, they could not. They just had the worst luck.
Mm-hmm.
They literally, that was it. They just had the worst luck because they drew a shit hog and they had to chase him for 5 minutes, I think was around. And I'm talking about, and when I say chase him, I'm talking about the hog did not stop long enough for them to get one bark out and he was back running. This hog never stopped. They chased him, chewed him, and he would stop before they could even break again. And it was, you know, they had to chase him and chew on him all the way around the pen for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's hard on a dog.
And hey, they made it through that round. So I was like, if they made it through that one, they're not going to get beat. You know what I mean? Because it's just destined. Then they come out and they draw the same killer that Fanboy and Goose drew that about killed Goose. Man, that hog had no business being in a lineup. Mr. Lynn called me after the event. I was like, man, it ain't just me you got to call. there's like center about got his head, center's head full. Like the dog, I think, went into a seizure after the event, like on the ride home. Corey called me and told me about it, and Lulu is the same. I don't know that he's even cleared the bay right now. And I might be speaking out of turn here. If I am, I apologize. I ain't trying to put air everybody's business out, but
no,
I know the dog that, you know, like she knows me well, and you know, I don't know if she wanted everybody to know that, but dog had a pretty rough deal with that. I mean, he got beat up bad, just like mine did. Mm-hmm. But God, dog, like if she draws anything else, they're in the top three. I mean, anything other than the two that they drew, because after chasing that one around for 5 minutes, they had to come back and bathe this 2 ear tag hog, and he had 2 ear tags in his ear because it was supposed to be an indication to not let him in a normal lineup.
Yeah.
and we did everything you could to prevent that hog from getting in rotation, and guess what? He got in rotation.
Hey, that's the way it goes. It happens, you know.
Yeah. I mean, and I drew him twice. I drew him Saturday night and Sunday in the 2-dog cup. And he about killed Fanboy Saturday night, about killed Goose on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Damn near killed Lulu's dog. I'm telling you, I've seen every bad hog in the world. There's a whole new level of bad when it comes to that hog.
Really?
I mean, I've seen them all. That is the worst, the nastiest. When he get, dude, your partner can be helping you all he wants. He can be hanging him on the ear. He's not addressing him if he's got you down on the ground. He's going to go ahead and kill you first. Damn. Finish you off. Then he'll worry about that dog that's hanging him on the ear. You can be, a Fanboy was helping Goose every ounce he could, and we were perfect for 4 minutes and 50 seconds on him.
Damn it, boy.
4 minutes and 50 seconds. We were perfect. And Goose was the fourth ass whooping he took from him. He bit him and cut his Achilles tendon, and Goose couldn't go to him after that. Like he stood up in the middle of the pen, just stared at him, and just started barking from about 20 feet. He could not go back to the hole.
Yeah.
Like physically, his body wasn't.
I was going to say he just couldn't go. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran in there, scooped him up, and got him out. And man, it was just a bad deal, especially for a 9-year-old dog to have to. You know, he shouldn't have, you know, for something that shouldn't have been there. Not for 6 minutes. Right? If we all were baying that, if it was down to me and you and we had to bay him for 2 minutes, that's just what we got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But that hog has in a I think we were a 6 minute or 8 minute round at that time. I couldn't remember, but he's hurting something bad. Like he's gonna hurt you if you got that long to bay on him. He's gonna hurt you. And hey, people talk about well, if you don't pressure him, it didn't matter. There was other dogs that was baying that sucker 10 feet off of him. They were 10 feet back. He's still running them down. He don't care.
Yeah, like this is
pressure. When he wants to come, he picks his time when he wants to come, and when he comes, he don't come until he gets you. He chases you till he gets you.
Damn.
He is chasing you till he gets you. When he gets you and he gets you down, he don't let you get back up on your feet. No,
That
it's
sounds like a
nasty.
bad boy there.
He was. I'm glad to see him go. I told Lynn I said, I'll pay you whatever you want for that hole, but you ain't gonna like how it ends.
Go. That's right. Well, you know, I think the very first show it might have been the second show that we went to down there. He had one like that, and that son bitch, it got slayed, cut him up, and then Mr. Lynn was in there, and that son bitch tried to jump over the board and bite him in the face, and I think Lynn wound up, letting him go from his position because he went to the house and got that lever action in that bulldog, and he said, "We're gonna take a break."
Yeah,
I said, "Hell yeah!" He got rid of that son bitch.
Yeah. Well, like Lynn, he's too old to be fooling with hogs like that,
That's
especially ones that are coming after the people just as much as they're coming after the dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a nasty set of hogs. Don't get me wrong, but there's levels to nasty. You know what I mean? It was kind of like Tuff Hedeman, when he drew Bodacious and he tipped his hat and said, "Y'all can let him out." I ain't getting on it.
Yep.
When I stood at the gate that second time for that in that 2-dog cup, and it's just down to 3 teams. It's me and 3 other teams. And I'm looking at this hog, and I'm like, man, I sat there for a good minute thinking about I'm just gonna walk away. I was like, I know he's gonna hurt something bad.
Yeah.
And I eventually turned loose and made the mistake. That's my fault. I should have literally did exactly what Tuff did. I should have just bowed out. So if this is the hog we're playing with this hog, then I can't play the game. He's that bad that you don't want to mess with him. But
about 10 years ago, we had a sow like that, man. You couldn't do nothing with her. I'm talking about this is literally the meanest hog I've ever seen, and it was a sow about 175 pounds.
Right.
And she would flat run you down. She'd jump over the pen. I couldn't tell how many times we had to go catch her because she just jumped slap out of it. And I mean, that son bitch was crazy. Hell, I couldn't tell. She dogged me out 2 or 3 different times. She got Nate. A couple of my buddies was over here. Finally, we went on ahead and did some little sausage work on her ass.
Yeah, I mean, they all eat good.
Yeah.
They all eat good. Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. So you got your dog Chaos down there with old Scott Lanier?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We I didn't think I was gonna be able to. I went to Hickory Crossing for the plot bay, and I hadn't bait him. I hadn't bait Chaos at all since the last one. And and so it was, I was like, man, which we placed there. The last time I bait him before that was Uncle Earl's in 2024. Or no, it was in 2025. I take it back. So I bait him at Earl's and then the plot bay. And then, no, that's 2024. I was right. So I didn't bait him at Earl's this year. He was just out of shape. And the plot bay, so I let him bait him. And we placed. I was like, well, then they was like, you coming to Abbeville? I was like, man, I'm going to have to work. I'm pretty sure. And so I told Scott, I said, man, take him with you and, run him with 12. Me and Carter had talked about it. And he looked good. He was just gassing out because, I mean, he was not in shape. And so, so we got first place in the 2-dog at Abbeville with him. And then I told Scott, I was like, well, I said, man, if you're going to go to, I think he said he was going to Tadpoles. I said, well, just, keep on doing it. Keep on rolling with him, get him in good shape and do that. And then I seen this format pop up a couple of weeks ago. And man, it's been going through my mind the whole time. I hadn't talked to Scott, so I don't know if he's going to try to make it up here or not. He should, because all the shit he's been talking. He needs to come on and bring his Mossy dog and Chaos. If he don't, then I need to get Chaos a ride back up here. I need to go pick him up.
Scott's got one himself that he needs to have in the same thing.
That Mossy dog, I'm telling you, that some bitch, he got second place in the one dog out there at Abbeville.
Yeah, but he's got another one too. It's a 2-dog that he won a 2-dog with. I think it was Jesse or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got several good dogs. I mean,
yeah, is Mossy his dog that he's telling me he's Craigslist dog?
Yes, that's his Craigslist call. That's what he calls it. He calls it his Craigslist call. But if he's got a couple other dogs. You look at them dogs, and when Chaos got down there to his place, they were in kennels beside each other. You couldn't tell which one was parked. When they barked, you damn sure hardly couldn't tell that either.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. But he said he knew where it originally came from and all that. Yeah. And it goes back to some of the same stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I mean, dude, that old boy, he needs to get him like a little sponsor or something. He needs to find a way to get his dog entered in there.
Yeah.
I mean, a dog like that needs to get entered in.
Well, I told him already. I was like, look, man, if you're going to push him, let me know. And that's what I told him on this last one. When he called, he was like, hey, man, this how much you won and all that stuff. And he's like, I didn't do nothing but handle him. I was like, look, you keep half of it and pay entry fees, whatever you need to do with it.
And some of these, so some of these, there was some deal that they did in this coon hunt deal where they raffled, like I think they participated in a raffle. Anybody that hasn't ran and like anybody that hadn't participated in any of the PKC Pro events, if they just ran in the opens, they got, and they had over like $1,000 won in open events. They could pay, like, I think they got involved in a raffle. It was like $100 or $50 a spot, and they might have been $100 a spot, and they raffled off. They get like 10 people or 50 people, and they would raffle it off, and then they would win an entry to the event. Basically, I mean, it funded it because it still paid for it.
Yeah.
But they won their entry in a raffle.
Well, if we did something like that, I promise you, Scott's ass will win. What was it? Year before last, Jake giveaway. They raffled off the Garmin 200, or 3 years ago. He won that one. I think he's won a couple new Garmin systems. He's got them. They're still in the box. He wins them in all these raffles. Little lucky ass.
Yeah, we need to. We are to put together. I'll talk to Jake, see if we can't do that. Like where anybody that's hadn't been, or doesn't have a dog that's placed or won at Jake's or something like that wants he'd have to figure out. He can figure out a way to open it up to people and maybe do maybe even do several of them, raffle off 2 entries where 10 people put up $100. And you might get your team in there for $100. Yeah. But it still pays for the entry.
Yes, it still covers the hole there. Yeah.
Yeah. We might. I bet you there's enough people out there that's especially over on that side of the world, over around the Georgia area, that hasn't been out to Jake's in years.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't mind, putting $100 up for a raffle to try to have a shot at getting their dog in this.
Yeah, I think it would work. I definitely do. And I'm gonna talk with him with Scott,
well,
and see if I can't get him to do it. I mean, like I said, hell, I'll pay the entries.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll
exactly.
sponsor the entries, and hell, because like I said, I might not be able to even be there because of work. But if I'm not, my dog can still be there.
If I was in your shoes, whatever work was going on would have to pause. Yeah. So I could run. Chaos and 12 just won the 2-dog in Abbeville. One of the best 2-dog teams out there ain't even entered in this thing yet. That's what it baffles me.
I know. I know. What my partner's over across the pond over there in Guatemala.
I bet old Ryan will bring 12.
Yeah, I guarantee he will.
I bet 12 is throwing many a rides to bands without Carter, I'm sure.
Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt.
Um,
That's why I was kind of surprised a little bit when they won first. I was like, damn, and Carter was there too.
no doubt.
I said, well, one of us doesn't need to be there. So Carter's
Mhm.
so Carter's overseas right now. So it'd be my turn to be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which
it
one
still
was
worked
it? Was
out.
it Chaos? Was it Chaos or Junior that drew Goose in the shootout one year?
It was Chaos, and they
Chaos.
went.
He caught, didn't he?
That's the first time he's ever put teeth on a hog.
Ever caught in his life?
And then Junior,
I've never seen him do that.
Everybody looked. They were like, "I was." Well, what it was is Goose checked that hog and held on for a couple of seconds. And Chaos like, hell yeah! I'm like, no. And, but in that drawing, we got Cowboy too. Remember, we got Cowboy and Goose. I got Junior and Cowboy, and then Goose,
Junior and Cowboy,
and Chaos.
Yeah.
Everybody said, "Damn, you got it, boy, you got it." And I was like, "Fuck, we got DQ'd on both of them."
Yeah, and when Chaos caught, you looked at me and said, "I ain't never seen that dog catch." I said,
"No,
he ain't never ran." I said, "He ain't never ran with a man like that."
That's right. That's what I said too. I said, "It mo got confident as hell right quick, boy." Oh Lord! And after that, it was like, because some of those bays we go to, they're very limited on the hogs they can have on the East Coast. You know that, and so if there's a less than desirable pig and we get him, we might as well just go on and tip our hat, because they finna stretch his ass. But I've seen them. I've seen them bait really good, and then there's times I've seen them where. And I'm still one of those guys. I let them make one mistake and I pull them. Like I don't let them just keep on, And
that don't ever really do them no good. In this format though, you better not do that on the first one.
Yeah, you let them go. That's right.
I'm telling you, there is gonna be a cast. I bet you anything. There's more than one cast won, and they don't get a 10.
Oh yeah, I
guarantee you under this format. Yeah, that's the thing about this, and Jake's gonna have to tell his judges too, because this is gonna be different. Because your judges typically they flip a light on you, and they go to they don't once they got you, they turn the light on. They don't even hardly watch no more.
That's right.
Now they can't do that.
No, and I agree.
They gonna have to watch this run and score every mistake. Otherwise, we're gonna be tied at 9-9.
That's
you know what I mean.
That's a fact.
And that's where.
See, it's going back a little more old school now. We're going back to where it's, the judges got to be on their game, handlers got to be on their game, dogs got to be on their game.
Yeah, every bit of it, and this is going to be the best, in my opinion. This is the format. This is the format that we're going to have to use going forward at some point, in order to make this get to that level that where it's worth anybody's time. Because that's the thing. The thing about coon hunting that makes it so much easier to put on all these coon hunts and this and that and the other, and they pay back so much. They can pay back 80%, 90%, whatever. The reason they can do that is because nobody's supplying coons.
That's right.
Nobody's supplying a venue. We meet up at a clubhouse somewhere that's usually their dues are paid by members of a club, and they meet up there, and then they draw out and they go hunt, and they may be hunting an hour away from where they draw out from.
Yep.
And everybody's in different woods.
That's a fact.
And we can't do that. No, man, you got to have a stock. Well, stock's got to be strong. And the only way stock's got to be strong is stock's got to be fed, and fed a lot.
Yep.
And you got to have at least 60 plus to have a good 1 dog and a 2 dog.
I agree with that.
I mean, 60. You know how much it costs to feed 60 head of hogs enough to keep them fat and healthy?
Yeah, well, I got a good idea because I've had a lot of hogs, but I'll be honest with you, I ain't had that many big hogs like they got like that, and it costs a damn fortune to feed, 40 or 50 head of smaller hogs.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to have a connection.
You got to either have like a grocery store that gives you everything they throw out or something.
You got to be able to buy wholesale or something. You got to be able to do it, and it still costs the hell out of you. Vaccinations, time, effort, all of it equals money.
1,000 or 2 a month,
Oh yeah.
And then you gotta put the venue together that can hold, 100 plus handlers and people and everything else, and spectators.
Then room for the dogs.
Exactly. All of those things you got to find, and then it costs a lot of money to put an event together, and so people have, these hog hunters have forgotten that. Yep. They want to go to a cheap event where the entries are $50 and then complain about the stock. Stock not being strong. Well, man, the stock ain't strong enough because y'all won't pay $100 entry, or y'all won't pay a $200 entry to show up. So that's why these hogs. That's why so many pens have fallen off and died, because they can't maintain.
They can't maintain it. The smaller pens definitely can't.
They can't maintain it and keep the crowd happy.
Because you look at Mr. Marc out there, up until just the past year or two, he finally went up to $80.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? How can he even do it?
He ain't, and I guarantee you, if you ask him, I bet he ain't made very much money doing it. If he's made any, I bet he's lost.
Yeah,
I bet it's costing him. He does it only because of sheer love of doing it, and he likes to put people together.
Right. I agree with that. That's the love of it.
But you know how many people are going to do that for that kind of time? Well, nobody else in this.
Him.
Yeah, him and Jake. But Jake's doing it. Jake's going to make a profit and he's got to. I want him to. I wish he made double what he made. I wish he'd make double whatever he's making. I don't even know what he's making. I wish he made double or triple.
And that's the thing. I think too many people get worried about what they are making instead of saying, "Hey, we're all on the same team, and I want to see somebody succeed." They always, and because, like you said before, we're fixing to get in a whole bunch of shit right here now. I know I'm gonna catch hell. All right. Well, like you said before, and it's from both sides. You're not guaranteed, or your percentages of winning are not very high for the average person that's participating. So they feel like they're getting fucked all the time. There's always somebody cheated. It's this, the judge fucked them over. It's blah blah blah. And there's times things do go wrong, but I've had them give to me, and I've also got it on the other side. It happens. Yeah. But the thing about it is, if you got a format where people are at least getting their entry fees back, then they don't feel like they're out as much. So I think a lot of that would kind of calm down some.
It'll lighten the atmosphere.
I think
that's
so.
One of the dude, I'm telling you, the pressure and the nostalgia gets so thick. You can barely breathe at times. Mm-hmm. Like I see people make the bay off and they're walking up with their dog and they're like in tears, shaking, because they like, especially the newer, like they're so nervous because they've never been here before, and and I'm like, man, like I remember I remember at one time I used to feel that way, Yeah. And now I built so much pressure, but it's invited. I invited that pressure. I created that pressure for myself. Right. But you're right, though. The thing about it is it's always something to complain about, rather than and because they lost money, and that's the problem. If you go out and buy you a $40,000 side by side, and that's your hobby is to go ride through these trails and ride in the mud and you snorkel it and you put a stereo and it's for fun.
Yeah.
It's not to make you money. Every time you take it out, you're putting gas in that machine. You're having gas to go to it. You have camp fees. You have park fees. And then you break something every time you go out. And it ain't nothing but a money pit that you continue to dump into. Because and you don't ever see any. But, nobody's complaining about that.
No. And I'll tell you another side of it. Here's another side of it can make it better, Randy. How many guys own small companies that go there? How many business owners do you think show up at the hog basin?
Not many. Not many.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just as far as like somebody who owns a small business or something like that, like a little, like I got a small business. I know 2 or 3 other
You
guys that have small businesses. All right, so
you got Johnny. You got Johnny.
yeah.
I don't own no business. I mean,
Well, that's what I'm
mean,
saying. We've got just a few of us, and we all try to sponsor. All of us try to sponsor something, you know, in some form or fashion over the years. I guarantee you, anybody that owns a business of any kind, they have sponsored a buckle, a trophy, or a class of some type.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so why not some of these other people that work for bigger companies or other companies? Hey, start politicking for it a little bit instead of bitching and complaining. Try to make it better. That's what coon hunters do. I know guys right now that call me all the time. They're like, "Hey, you did a roof on my grandpa's house," and I was like, "Yeah." They was like, "Man, would you be interested in donating something to help us up here at this coon hunt? You know, the youth hunt's coming up or whatever." And I promise you, if it ain't but $20. You know, we do it, and they put your name on the list of sponsors and all that. If more people would do that, you know,
I don't own a business, but I own a brand, and I've sponsored. I sponsored your events. I've sponsored Carter's. I've sponsored just about everything that I've ever been asked. Tyler Grisham's event, I sponsored it. I mean, Bergeron Rodeo Company. Jay Bird, he does sponsors too. He sponsored a bunch of stuff himself and put his own money in.
That's what I'm saying. The guys that show up, we do sponsor. You know, they sponsor all they can. So, you know, take the load off of just the 8 or 10 that's there and try to lighten the load a little bit. If nothing else, you know, spread the word.
Type of event where we're gonna need like kind of like corporate type money to get involved at some point, or some rich goddamn hog hunters that you know, they might like hog hunting and maybe they want to. They may not own a dog or they may not have a dog, but they want in. Well, I mean, my kennel's always up for sale.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right.
You know how like Dustin Weed, he made $1 million last year, or maybe it's his career. I'm not sure, but he's made over $1 million coon hunting.
Yeah,
but I bet you he ain't getting but about. I mean, he's getting a percentage of that money because he don't even own the dog he's hunting.
That's right.
He don't own a dog. I don't know that he might now. I don't know. I mean, I don't know his business. I don't know him.
Well, I've told people that. I was like, you can buy a dog. You can buy a dog and have somebody run it for you.
Yeah, most of them guys. Chris Collins, he's a guy right up the road from me. He's hunting a dog. I thought that was. I mean, it is. I mean, I think it is his dog, but he's partners on that dog with somebody that can afford to put $5,000 entry up. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And there's others, like Dual Murphy. You know, he's got a millionaire that's fronting his all of, you know, like he's got a couple dogs. I mean, he's got several of them now, and you don't ever know which one he's bringing to the event to enter.
Hell yeah.
Well,
if anybody wants to spend a lot of money, y'all can sponsor my dogs, and I'll be happy.
That's right. Mine will always, you know, mine are always. I mean, they can all be bought. They'll live like it, you know. Somebody come through here and buy my kennel out, and I'll still handle them and run them just like I do now.
That's right.
And I'll just make a cut. I'll just make a percentage. I don't care. It ain't about the money for me, but I want to compete for high stakes stuff. I want to compete for stuff that matters.
That's right.
You know, things that people talk about. I mean, that's all. I mean, everybody wants. Nobody, you know, nobody talks about the $35 coon hunt down the road. They talk. Everybody in the world talking about that $200,000 hunt.
I mean, if you're going to compete, you know, like you said, nobody's talking about the games you played at Vacation Bible School. We talk about the Olympics.
That's right.
You know, so I think that's, you know, I think if more people would just be open and receptive to it and say, look, instead of just being negative and saying, oh, that ain't gonna work or this or that, look, hey, if it don't, we'll see when it's over. But at least let it happen, you know, and support the hell out of it.
This event's gonna work. As it stands right now, even as it stands right now, Jake didn't get another entry between now and technically it's still going to pay out more than what we did last year right now. I mean, it's already a success.
And it's going to be a $40,000 payout total?
it's going to actually $45,000 payout.
If all of them fill up.
If
So
all 64 fill, it will pay $45,000. And
you win first place, you're getting 15,000 right off the rip.
15 for first, but that's not even including your cast win.
That's what I'm saying. I mean? That's it. That's just for your winnings there.
Yeah.
And I tell you,
we're going to pay $20,000 is going to be paid to all the cast winners. So half the little less than half is going to go to all cast winners.
Well, that's
so
good for first place too, though, man. I mean, that's
it still is. Yeah, that's the only way we could do this, to have a decent payout.
That's a good payout
for first place, and have it where, because we talked about it. I even looked at it. I was like, look, so mathematically, if we try to do this for $600, like the entry last year was $600 a team, which is $300 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
So all we did was we went up $200 a dog, and to go up $200 a dog allowed this to be such a better payout for everybody. Like I don't care, you can afford another $200 for your best team. I'm sorry, you can.
Yeah.
If you're just complaining to complain, then just say you want to be a bitch. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Just say, hey, I'm a bitch. I don't want to get in because I can't afford an extra $200. Even though every event you go to, you spend double that amount of money on entries across the whole thing. You're telling me you're not going to put $200 more for your best team? No, you just want to cry and complain, and you want the event to fail. If that's who you are, if you're out there right now and you're calling people around and rallying troops up against this event, you're just a bitch. I said it.
I like it.
And if you got a problem with what I said, 4067 FM 770 Coots, Texas.
There you go.
Come see me.
Listen, this is getting to be a trend.
Or pick up the phone and call me, and I'll come find you.
This is getting to be a trend now, because the last show that we done, Raul Cabreja called a guy a bitch. He called his name out, said, hey, he's a bitch, and just let him know. I said, boys, if this
trending now, huh?
if this ain't real, I don't know what. Hey, if this podcast ain't real, I don't know what else to tell you. You know,
100%.
So
if you don't like an event like this, that's what it is. I understand there's some people that, hey, they really genuinely can't afford that. Sure. But there's a way they can figure, if they can't afford it, if they got a great dog, somebody's going to help them afford it. Because somebody's going to want a piece of it. Just all you got to do is think outside the box. All right. I need to get these two in because they're good and they need to be competing for it. Let me go partner up with somebody.
Yep.
Believe me, if I didn't have money, if I didn't have the money to front my entries, I'd find a way. I would do it, because this is the type of event that's going to be talked about for years. And this is the type of event that's going to set the culture for upcoming events and change and maybe change the culture of hog band in general, to where we got less bitches and more cool people.
Yeah, I mean, I could, and that's the problem. I'll be honest with 100% transparency on this is that's one of the reasons why I haven't been to a lot of them, man. It was just like every fucking time we go, all it is drama. Like, fuck, guys, look, drink some beer, watch the dogs run. If your dogs suck, hey, pay your entry, let them run, or look, don't bring any dogs. Just come hang out. It costs you $20 to come in the gate, buy you some beer, clap for somebody.
I seen Mainstream Media posted on Facebook today. It said, I don't know who needs to hear this, but your dog's just not that good.
They probably talking about me and my fucking dogs, I'll be honest with you.
I seen a bunch of them, like Brendan, Tony, and a bunch of guys are real good coon hunters. Like, man, I feel targeted.
Yeah, I was going to say, that shit's all over me.
Brendan Tony was in the finals of that $100,000 hunt that I went to a while back. And he's got a great dog. He was in the top 16. They or the top. I don't remember what it was, but they might have been top 27 of that coon hunt. But man, they all got good dogs. They're just like, I feel targeted.
And that's the thing. They got a good attitude about it. But there's somebody.
100%.
There's somebody out there right now say, yeah, that son of a bitch was talking about my dog, and it's gonna keep them up at night. I'm sorry, but that shit ain't gonna change my life like that.
Hey, 100%. First off, my dog is not a reflection If my dog is not it does not define who I am.
No.
Just because I got a better dog than you, Joey, don't mean I'm a better person or a better anything than you.
Well,
I got lucky with a dog.
Well, sure, and that's the way I am. Like with my white boy Rick dog, I literally get fucking haters now. You know, I get people talking shit, but then I have some that call. They're like, man, how do I get a dog like that? I was like, you just got to get lucky. I was like, because there's not other ones like that. Like I have and I literally said that not long ago. I said, I feel like I got a goose in the hog in the hunting side of it, because it's like, he's just natural. He does it very well. And he performs. And
I
he's
always
consistent.
Say, great, like the greats, those 1% dogs.
Yeah,
those are born. Those are born. They're
That's
not
right.
bred. I'm sorry, they're bred. They're bred. They're born. They're not trained. They're
no,
not, it's not,
and 100% on that, because like what I did with him, I carried him hunting. That's it. And I took him out of the fucking fox pen field trials and put him on a hog, and that's what he does now. It was just he just done what I want him to do.
Yeah, and you probably have done the same thing with 400 or 500 others.
Oh, fuck, a bunch of them.
And they ain't turned out like that.
Hell no. Fuck no.
Them dogs are born.
Yes, they are. I agree.
They're not made. You know,
Nope.
So my biggest thing was, I truly think that there is more in hog hunting. There's more training involved in hog hunting. There's very, very little training in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
In the world of this these dogs are bred and born. I'm not saying that you can't, like all these puppies that you see that come on the scene and they're fired, they're doing great, they're looking great, and then they fade away.
Yeah.
It's because those puppies were made. They're not natural. They were given all these opportunities, hundreds and hundreds of opportunities to get it right. They start getting it right at the right time of in their puppy stage. They're going to show out and look good a couple shows, and then you're never going to see them again.
That's correct.
That is a made dog.
Yep.
That is the definition of a made dog. There's a lot of handlers out there that's got a bay pen at their house, and they're practicing. They're working these dogs. They're working with dogs that they're making.
Yeah,
they're making them into what they are, and then they lose. They fade away because that's not naturally who they are.
And it has to be the natural side of it. It has to be to be successful. Like I was just saying, I didn't bay my dog for a solid year. Took him, he won.
Yeah.
Didn't bay him for another year. Took him, he won.
Yeah.
You know, I've done that for the last 3 years. So that's not me working him or practicing or training him. That's his natural ability because he was born with it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're going to win. A natural dog's going to win.
Now I got to come out there. Now I got to beat Goose.
A made dog is going to win for a season. He's going to win for a season, and then he's going to fade out.
No, I've never heard anybody else really say that about the bay pen stock. Generally, they get real high up on what they've made, and you know what I'm saying, and they don't want to reveal, like, hey, the truth. You know, they don't want to say the truth on a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't think they even know the truth.
No, that's right. I mean, they might not even know. You're right.
Yeah, they don't know what, you know. They always, like, people resort to, oh, that dog was good, such and such fucked him up. Or so, you know, it don't mean you fucked him up. He just didn't. He was made into what you were making him into, but he wasn't that. Who wasn't who he was naturally. So eventually, he turned to his natural.
Yeah.
What was natural to him? He started doing what was natural to him, and that wasn't the right thing to do.
I think
he had a season. And there's things that can happen that are completely out of your control in that arena that might change. You got nurture and nature. You know, you got what you've given the dog, and then what happens to the dog that defines who he is. I can go out and call him Goose. That don't mean that I'm going to get Goose again because that's who he is genetically. I think if I had another one just like him, completely genetic, I'd have a great dog, but I would never get that because I could never replicate what happened in his life to make him what it was.
All the
I didn't
circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, like he was so athletic and gifted as a young dog, it kept him from getting hurt. He was thrown in the fire from the time he was 10 months old until now. He's been thrown in the fire on the baddest hogs that we've had to offer. But he was so much more athletic at a young age, you never seen him get touched. I'm telling you, he was a 3-year-old before I ever seen a hog touch him.
Yeah.
I mean, and I might be wrong. All
right.
He didn't get hurt. I mean, he never took a bad ass whooping until he was a 3-4-year-old dog.
I got you.
And he's seen a bunch of them. So but he is gifted naturally. All these coon hunters, they got dogs that are made and they got dogs that are natural. Everybody's breeding for natural.
Yes, sir.
I could probably hand a dog to a really good handler, and the dog not be all that, but that handler could go out and win a bunch of hunts with him and make him something. But them dogs fall off too. But them natural ones, them ones that are got careers that are where they've won,
I think it's those dogs that put their belly on the tree. I mean, like, I've noticed that. You get a good tree dog, that sumbitch hugs that tree as hard as it can. And that's that, it just seems like it's a more natural thing to it. And then you get those that'll back up and, they're looking up at the tree. They might bounce on and off of it, stuff like, and I could be 100% wrong. This is just from what I've looked at, mainly with the squirrel dogs. But, those that really just get up there and they're foaming at the mouth and biting and jumping and climbing, that, like, you can't teach that.
Cowboy.
You can't make it into there.
The balance. Yeah. But yeah, that's a fact. I mean, that's a fact. We just natural. I mean, hell, Uncle Pat. Me and him was just arguing the other day. Actually, for the first time, we've actually agreed on over the last probably 6 months to a year, we've agreed on almost everything. And then here lately, we had a little argument over breeding genetics, which I don't pay that. I don't have no scientific data. I just tell you that when I breed 2 dogs, I'm breeding the best. I'm not breeding mediocre shit. I'm not going to breed mediocre to this and that. And we talked about this, and it's simply just like, for some reason, these bay pen people, the people I compete against, have gotten this idea that Goose isn't a producer. Well, I've kept less than 20 of his puppies.
Yeah. I've been asked that a few times about him being a producer.
I've kept less than 20. Well, he's a great producer. Go ask all the people that's got him that's hunting them.
Okay. Well, and that's my answer. My answer is I don't know from what everybody else is doing, but the dog I have is a fucking hog dog.
On a podcast a while back, I was talking about Fanboy being Goose's brother.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, Fanboy ain't Goose's brother.
Mm-hmm.
I've always, and I've told this from day one, but people only listen to what they want to believe. They don't listen to they listen to what they want to believe. They don't care about what.
No, that's right.
Whatever they want to believe is what they're going to hear, and that's all they hear, because that's what they want to hear. But I had this conversation with Donnie. I said one time on a podcast, I said Goose was his brother. Well, then I turned around and said Goose was his daddy. Well, Goose is his daddy and his brother.
Hell yeah.
Because they got the same mama.
That's right.
But when CJ got up there, especially when CJ was like 8 or 9, like he was 8 or 9 when I got him. So he was real old. I mean, hell, Wolfman and Goose are 2 years apart. That was the second litter. And I don't know for a fact that Wolfman ain't out of Goose.
Damn.
Wolfman is probably, there's a real good high chance that Wolfman's out of Goose as well. I couldn't find the pictures in my phone to back up the evidence. But I did find the ones on Fanboy's litter because I was breeding CJ to Bailey on April 29th and April 30th. I got pictures of them in my phone hung up on them dates. Then I bred Bailey to Goose on May the 3rd. Well, I go back and I look, see when my puppies were born. They were born on July 5th.
Oh.
Fanboy's birthday was on July 5th. Actually, I think today's the 5th, ain't it? Today's his birthday.
Yeah. Today's the 5th.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's 62 days.
So that's exactly right. So you tell me who the daddy is. I mean, did Bailey go 67, 68 days or did
she could have, but generally they but fucking 60 to 62 is about what it is.
Yeah. I don't have Bailey's dead, CJ's dead. I have DNA on I do have DNA on Bailey. I do not have any on CJ. Or no, I do have them on both. I just don't know where the hell the CJ's DNA is or where his record is. But even if I had all that, all I can prove is like it's just a DNA code. I could get within like 70-something% accuracy, but it don't matter. I know who the fucking daddy is.
Yep.
If they don't want to believe it, that's fine. Believe whatever you want. But as long as I'm breathing and I'm talking about it, I'm gonna tell you who Fanboy's out of, and he's out of Goose. I mean, that's what I believe because that's what the evidence in my phone showed me.
Yeah, I mean that's what a jury of your peers would go by. They'd be like, "Well, the evidence shows."
Yeah, I promise you, if we were in court and I with these documents, they would go, "Well,
yep,
there you go."
That's exactly what would happen.
That's the only thing we can assume. We ain't got DNA. The only thing we can assume is this.
Yep.
So
speaking of court, I want to give a shout out to my daughter right quick. She graduated law school. She's taking her bar exam. Yeah.
What?
That's right, bud.
Is she in Louisiana? Because TJ needs a lawyer.
She's in Illinois.
Oh, she ain't licensed in the state of Louisiana.
Hey, listen, that girl, she get it wherever she wants to. I promise you, it wouldn't take her long.
We need a licensed lawyer in the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, I've got a daughter. My oldest daughter's in Louisiana, and
is she a lawyer?
No, but she might could take care of it under the table. You know what I'm saying? She's on the opposite end. She take after her daddy.
I probably need her assistance for it. I think at this point everybody in the state of Louisiana, especially in Vermilion Parish, is bought.
Yeah,
they're bought out. Like the judge, everybody. Like you can't look at the evidence and think that.
I know it's ridiculous.
And determine what they've determined about TJ and this whole Remy situation. That's a whole nother element. It is beyond. When I watch it firsthand, I can't turn away. I can't even not look at. Like a lot of times you can go to a bar, you can see a guy staring you down, but he ain't said nothing, so you can kind of ignore him and not pay him no mind No, I can't do that no more. Yeah. Like they've sparked my fire. They pissed me off. I can't not look away. I can't turn the other cheek. They arrested TJ for kidnapping his son. His son is sitting here. I got video of his son crying. Not to go back to his grandfather.
Yeah, I seen that's the wildest shit.
Freaking years. He's been his daddy for 13 years, and all of a sudden they're gonna because grandma says TJ's bad. That and the judge, who the heck? Like they know somebody up there.
Yeah, because where I'm at, once they hit 13, 14 years old, they can decide.
Yeah, in the state of Texas, they can at 12.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That don't make any sense.
My son don't want to come over to my house. Guess what I can do about it?
Nothing. Yeah.
I can't do nothing about it.
I got a daughter. She's the same way. Like once she hit 13 years old, her mama let her do whatever she wanted, and I was like, well, that ain't gonna work like that, And she was like, well, I'm staying at mom's. I was like, well, I mean, there ain't a whole lot I can do, I mean, I'm here if you need me. That's all I can do.
That's been a whole nother uphill battle. And I don't need, at this point, like they've already, how our government just does shit to you and they don't even, they used to try to hide it back in the day.
Now
These people ain't, Yeah, they don't even try to hide it no more.
No,
They're like, hey,
fuck you.
I'm about to screw you over,
Yep.
and I'm gonna tell you, and you're gonna like it, and there ain't nothing, and we're gonna do some corrupt shit, and we're gonna post it on Facebook, and nobody's gonna do anything about it.
That's
That's where we're at. Like, they don't care. They just do whatever they want. Say it, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yep. And I mean, who are you supposed to turn to? Like,
you can't, because they're crooked.
Yeah.
The cops were sitting there, and the Remy told the cops, he said, I'm not going back there. They're beating me. What do you want? And they said, well, we're taking you back. Well, he looks at him and says, I'm going to run away. I'm not staying there. I'm not going to go somewhere where I don't feel safe.
That's
you
right.
can leave me here. He wanted to be left at his stepmama's. Leave me here. I'll be fine right here where I'm at. Just leave me here.
That's wild.
And they wouldn't do it. So they bring him back. The kid runs away, hitchhikes a ride to Texas, and now they want to arrest TJ for kidnapping his son.
Yeah, that don't make any sense. That's some crazy shit.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I was like, yeah, this is beyond me.
And that shit happens more often than you think, than one would think, And it's honestly, a lot of that shit can be bought pretty cheap. I know 100%. I know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm telling you right now, I'd been in prison. I'd have lit somebody's house on fire.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
If somebody puts me in under that type of situation, I'm gonna ruin my life.
My ex-wife was in Georgia, and I had full custody of my two boys, Nathan and Luke, and Nate was real young then, and she had a sheriff from Georgia call me, and he was like, "We're coming to arrest you." I was like, "Bro, do you even know where I live at?" He was like, "Well, she's telling us now." I said, "I live in Alabama. Like, I'm not even in Georgia. Like, I don't know what the fuck you think you're gonna do."
Yeah,
and like, but they were like, "You're gonna surrender them right now." And then they had they called a police department over here, had them call me and threaten me, and I was like, "Bro, all I can tell you is good luck. Don't shoot at the back part of the house because the kids are there, but it's going to be that." I said, "You fuck around and come here. Like, we're going to have it all the way. We're going to be on the news." And then nothing ever happened. And that's what I told him. I was like, I already had my papers. Everything was done, completely done. But I'll be honest with you, it's mainly because I live in a small town and I know everybody.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of the stuff those people apparently know the right people in the right places.
Yeah.
But they're doing it some dirty shit. Because like I said, that boy's over there crying, and I seen the videos. I've talked to TJ some too, man. It broke my heart because I've been through it.
Yeah, it's insane.
It sucks. Absolutely sucks.
I can't wrap my head around it.
And what can you do? What can you do? I mean, I don't know what else to do.
Other than throw your life away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because they have all the control.
And then he can never be able to see his son,
Yeah, he'll be looking there into a glass window.
Yep. Then it's a lose-lose deal, So, man, I hate that. They put him in a bad spot, man.
Sure, yeah, they did.
And that boy, like, imagine all the things that he's going to turn to if it doesn't work out with his dad, and he's going to act out more and more and more because he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, it's been like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already seeing that. I mean, he'll just look at his TikTok.
That's right.
I
see.
You can tell that kid ain't got no discipline or no structure.
That's right. And then they'll wonder what happened. Where did we go wrong?
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
He's been a bull rider since he was 8 years old, and now he ain't got to go to he ain't been to no rodeos, ain't riding nothing, ain't doing any of that. All of the things that kind of mellowed the kid out, he's had to do without.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, I can't. We go on and on all day.
Yeah, that's right. We'll leave that alone. We all praying for him though. We pulling for him.
That's right. That's right. Well, yeah. So we got So you got the shootout. You gonna get
I got to.
Scott. You got to get Scott down there and get his going.
We got to
think,
get it going. We got to do something.
I think Mr. Wheat still got some. He's got to get his stuff figured out and signed up because he might be a partner short on or something. He's trying to find a partner, but I told him, I said, man, just get your entry. You don't understand how things can change to this event. You know what I mean? Like something's gonna open up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have an idea of what might happen, but after my first cast, that all might change.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, after you turn them loose, it's on them, baby.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then as far as going forward, hell, Fanboy might get hurt, so all my other runs that I had playing with him, I might be having to hunt somebody else. So I'm gonna be looking for somebody that gets knocked out.
Yep.
That don't have another run.
I've got one dog out there that it ain't my dog, but I wish you could watch him run. Yeah, never. I don't think any of y'all have ever seen him. He's only been run one time, I think, anywhere other than Oklahoma. And I'm telling you that's the one that Nate got from Gene.
Yeah.
He's out of that Matador dog in Mercy.
Oh,
M&M.
I think Gene's coming to this one too. I talked to him.
I'm gonna tell you that some bitch out there will fucking bay. I mean, he looks just like Gorilla, or like the way he does. He got that loose skin under his neck. Hell, he favors what I mean. I think there's out a bunch of that stuff. That son of a bitch will put on a clinic, boy. I'm talking about, and Nate won't hurt. Nate's like, I'm not taking bay pins. I will. Nate can stay home. Nate can go chase these girls around. He's single. He run up and down the road. I'll take that son of a bitch. Single? Yeah, man. I
thought he just got married.
Well, he thought he did too for a little while. Hey, that's what he said. He said, Uncle Pat was right. He said, I got one of them damn running walkers. He said, shit, I done went through my first wife. He said, shit, it ain't looking good.
It bees like that sometimes.
It is, son. It is. Now they wound up getting divorced, man. And hell, I don't know. It's a long story. And we don't know the story.
Do they have a kid together?
No children.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, that was a good
things
thing.
A whole lot of
and they're all it was civil, it was just like, hey, that's it, it's over, move on.
Yeah,
and so
I understand.
So I think they've been apart for almost a year now, and so he's got options though. Boys, he got some options.
Right.
But anyway, I might steal his dog and break it on down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the way this one's going to work out too, you'll draw out for your first early round, and then I think once we get to the top 16, because we're going to have multiple handlers, with you may have Johnny White might have 2 or 3 dogs in, get in, and I may have 2, and you may have 2. You don't want you don't want to be competing against yourself until you get to the final 4. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Till the last, yeah. So we're going to probably have to draw out again and try to break that up where we're not going to be, firing against ourselves until we get to, like I said, until you get to the finals, and then you'll go from there. But that's a whole nother thing too. So this is going to be the event it's the event I think that Hall Band needs to really diversify and expand to where we can possibly get. I mean, with the coon hunt, we might get some of these coon hunt guys. Hell, they may buy interest in a dog. You know what I mean?
Very well
when it gets like that, that's how it got done in coon hunt. I mean, like
we were talking earlier, I was like, I've had interest in coon dogs and several other dogs for years, and I don't really do none of that, but it's an avenue.
Yeah, and TJ's out there looking for a partner too. He said he's got the 2025 Jip of the Year right now. That don't have a partner. Yeah, you know who that Jip is, huh?
Callie.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one that 12 in Cali won the old and young with.
That's right.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Sure enough.
Well, 10.
Yep.
Well, man, that,
yeah, we got it going our way.
That's what I can say. I think it's going to be a heck of a damn deal there.
We get this podcast out there. Maybe some of these coon hunters will start buy a couple entries, buy some entries.
Which we've got a lot of guys at coon hunt that listen to us because we're open. We do bear hunters, coon hunters, lion hunters, whatever. And so we have and the podcast has grown so much over the past couple of years. We're over 100 countries now, and I mean, just
that's good.
Yeah, it's growing, and it's all organic growth. It's it ain't none of that. We ain't buying no clicks, no likes over here, and hell, ain't got no money anyway. Shit,
Yeah. But I don't even know how you buy them.
I don't either, man. I just try to keep from getting banned and kicked off everything. I just try to keep from doing that. So.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing to do. Is to
but if we keep calling everybody a bitch, then I don't know. It might become sooner or later.
If they a bitch and the shoe fits, wear it. That's all I can say.
Lace it up.
Lace that shit up. If you want to call and complain about the event and cry about this and cry about that, just quit. Just quit. Just quit and say, hey, I'm a bitch. I quit. I mean, that's all there is to it.
That's right.
That's it.
All right, well, brother. I think.
Yes, sir.
I think for sure. I think we'll fill these slots up once this gets out.
Oh, this is going.
I think
it's going to fill anyway. It's going to fill anyway. There's about 8. There's at least 8 people that are right there on the cuff of trying to figure out what they're going to enter before they commit.
That's what I said. Hell, I've got a couple myself. I got to get figured out what I got to do.
You got to put like a deposit down and whatever, so you can get, to reserve your spot. And, and man, I'm telling you, if they want in, they need to go ahead and
what's the
go
deposit?
ahead and get in. If they don't, you have to ask Jake. I got you. I don't know what that is. I guess I don't know. I don't know if it's half or a quarter. Or there ain't no telling what
I got you.
But he's taking deposits on his entry, so it might be a kennel deposit. So it might be something like that. I put mine in a long time ago, and I just told him to take whatever is comfortable. I sit down eating lunch with him. I said, "Here's my wallet, because I mean, you're gonna get it anyway."
That's right.
Just take whatever you need.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm glad you called. Glad we got to talk some more. I hadn't talked to you in a while, man. I'm glad everything's going good. I'm really happy about this format because we've talked about it several times, and everybody talks about needing to change. We need something new. We need this. Well, here we are. So I got to agree with you. Either shut the fuck up and be a bitch, or come on and do it.
Yeah, just get in and do it. Quit being a bitch.
Yeah, and if you don't want to do it, that's fine. But don't say nothing else.
Don't be negative about it.
Yeah, just don't say that.
If you want to be a bitch, I mean, go be a bitch by yourself.
Be a lonely bitch.
Quit rallying the troops to be a bitch.
That's right. We don't need an army of bitches.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to build. An army of bitches.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, man, it's all been most of it's all been positive. You only got a few bad apples.
Well, that's about.
We spend 90% of our time talking about the 1%.
That's a fact, brother. That's a fact. And we've got a lot of good folks. Well, like you said, 99% of them are great. We got
Mean Green Gene Reynolds coming back. He ain't been to hogband.com in probably a year and a half.
I was speaking to say I hadn't seen him in a couple of years myself, but I hadn't been either. I've been to Earl's, but I hadn't been to any of the other ones in the past 2 years, really. And I drive down there just to see Gene.
That's right. This was to spark him to try to dig himself back in. And
hell yeah.
We're gonna see. I have a feeling we're gonna see some older, some less familiar faces than what we normally see.
That's right.
I think it's gonna bring out some people out of the woodworks. I wouldn't be surprised, man, if a couple more from that side of the world. I think Lulu's gonna eventually get in this thing too.
Yeah.
I know she's trying to I know Lulu. She's
She'll
she's
figure
always,
it out.
she wants to do it. Yeah, she'll figure it out.
Ain't no doubt.
She'll figure it out eventually.
All
But,
right, my brother.
yeah, man. I'm going to let y'all get back to it. I'm going to have to put these dogs back in. It looks like it stormed and blew over.
All right, my man.
I'm going to go put them back on their chains. So, man, you need anything, you know how to call me.
That's right. And I appreciate that, too.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. We'll
Y'all
holler
take
at
care. Yes, sir. Take care, man.
All right, bye. Well, there we go. We're going to do man, I was kind of tore up about it. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not, because I hadn't really been baying a whole lot or anything like that. Just we hunt a lot and, working all the time. But I think I'm going to have to make it happen. I got to support it in some form or fashion anyway, whether I just send my dogs down there or whether I'm able to go myself. So, hey, we appreciate y'all listening. Thank y'all for tuning in as usual. If y'all got any ideas for guests, and we've had a few people message and call about getting other guests on, and we'll freshen up. We'll freshen up with some new stuff. Man, we appreciate y'all, and until the next time, we'll see you.
Hope you enjoyed that episode. If there's anything or anyone you'd like to hear on the podcast, or if you'd like to come hunt with us, don't hesitate to contact us at dixiedoggers01@gmail.com.